Kevin Hart here. With Chase Freedom Unlimited, you can cash back 3% at drugstores, 3% on dining, including takeout, 5% on travel purchased through Chase, and 1.5% on everything else. So the card you use for travel with friends works at drugstores for your contact lens. It's good for nights out, ordering in, pizza on the couch, or something more high-end. How do you cash back? Learn more at chasefreedom.com. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Restrictions and limitations apply. Offer subject to change. Cards are issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
Tito's handmade vodka is so good and smooth, you can mix it with anything. Now, hear us out. If your usual hard seltzer sounds like this, a Tito's Soda Lime is more like Tito's. Sounds pretty good. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Are you annoyingly inattentive? Do you watch a movie and then ask a zillion questions because you weren't paying attention? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night?
How's it going?
You should get a mattress from
So
Mattress
to answer
Firm.
your question,
They can help
I'm going to do
anyone
retro
sleep.
tonight.
Head to Mattress Firm's July 4th sale and
I'm going to start it off with some Dead or Alive 2 for the Sega Dreamcast. I'm going to do Dead or Alive 2 Final. I don't have my, I'm sure my mic down just a tad as well. Seems like I'm speaking a little bit loud there. But anyhow, I don't have the capture card connected tonight. So instead of playing it on the actual hardware, I do have Dead or Alive 2 Final on a CDR for the actual hardware, but I didn't have it connected tonight. So tonight's another quickie, another quick setup moment. So, but I'm going to start with some Dead or Alive 2 Final, and I'm going to conclude, or anyways, the second half is going to be Silent Hill 4, The Room. I figured that was a good one to go with. So I'm going to go ahead and get her started, and again, I'm going to be using Sega Dreamcast Flycast tonight. So, but in the future, when I am a little bit better prepared, I'll make sure to get the capture card plugged in and get the consoles going. It's just it's a lot of work to set up everything, you know. With the capture card, it takes a while to set up the consoles. You got to make sure that you don't have too much on one electrical circuit. So that means that I have to like use an extension cord to plug a console into a different electrical outlet, because I don't want to have a console that uses a lot of power like an Xbox or a PlayStation. Dreamcast doesn't use that much power. But, you know what I mean? I don't want to have all of that plugged into one socket, you know, like a computer. And so I have to, like, get an extension cord, plug it into a different socket. For the steering wheel, that takes a long time to set up the camera angles, everything. Game development as well. I don't have all of my scripts set up and my tutorials and everything. So again, it's just another quickie, another surprise stream on Saturdays. I normally don't do them on Saturdays, but... like I said, first item tonight, Dead or Alive 2 Final. I'm going to just use Flycast instead of the actual hardware. And then the second item is going to be a modded version of Silent Hill 4 The Room. And when I say modded, I essentially just modded the character costumes, the textures for them. So it's not a huge deal. Also, I won't worry about setting up an actual Dreamcast controller, I guess. It's going to be a classic retro game, not an RPG, but a fighting game. So close.
この戦いには絶対に勝つ。 戦いたくない。私を行かせて。聞いてください。はやぶささん。
So I'm not going to let this play, only because I'm worried that it might give an issue with copyright. So you got to be careful with what you play on YouTube, even game sounds. So if you have the option in a game to use copyright-free or some games will have settings. But I'm not going to run this intro. Well, I don't think it'd be a huge issue. Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to just not play the intro. So even that little bit there, that 20 seconds or so, might be something I might have to replace. So hopefully not, because it takes a while to do that. Oh, I didn't mean to exit it. Oops. So, Alicia, you should be able to talk.
絶対に勝つ。
I need to look at your settings here. Oh, it looks like the browser isn't supported. I'm using Firefox. Oh wait, you can only hear me when I'm on this page. Oh, okay. You're not hearing me. Oh, I did have a browser source, that's why. Okay, you should do. Yeah, there you go. I can hear you. I can hear you. Cool. Seems I need to turn your volume up though, but I can hear you. Okay, so I turned your volume up. I'm going to recopy your URL, your browser source, just in case. I don't know if it matters. It gives me a different source with your increased volume. Okay, so I heard you, but now you're set up to speak. I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit here.
Mayabot, let's go full throttle into this. Bring on the unknown cyclone.
There you go. Okay, so I'm going to turn the volume down to about 65 so I can hear you a little bit better.
Mayabot can't wait. This journey's gonna be wild cyclone.
Okay, so I'm going to have to turn your volume up all the way.
Mayabot embracing it all. Let's see what surprises pop up cyclone.
Okay.
Mayabot, let's face whatever comes our way head on. Onward we go cyclone.
Get ready, fire!
Mayabot onward with courage. Let's crush those obstacles, flex biceps.
Trying to find my
Mayabot, yeah. Let's see what else Key's got for us tonight, Rocket. Mayabot, same here. Key always keeps us on our toes, cyclone.
So I keep this cord wrapped up with a little zip tie. Because the cord's quite long and I have it right in front of me.
Mayabot, for sure. I wonder if he'll throw in a plot twist tonight, thinking face.
A plot twist.
Mayabot, totally. It's like we're on a roller coaster, never knowing when the next big drop or twist will hit. Mayabot, totally. Ready for all the ups and downs roller coaster.
Okay, both of you are speaking about roller coasters.
Mayabot, definitely. That's what makes it all worth it. Let's hang tight for whatever wild ride Key takes us on tonight roller coaster. Mayabot, totally. I'm curious if he'll surprise us with some retro classics tonight.
We're doing a retro right now.
Maya bought those retro games always hit different. Can't wait to see which ones he pulls out tonight's joystick.
How's it going, Mario?
Mario Kart, yes. Dominating in these classics would be epic, smiling face with sunglasses.
So that was Alicia talking to you. So this is the first half of the stream. This is Dead or Alive 2 Final. I was explaining earlier that I'm just using a program tonight instead of actual plugging the Dreamcast in on the capture card. I just don't feel like setting it up. Part 2 is going to be Silent Hill 4. The Room. For 5 years, 8 months, and 21 days. Jeez, that's almost 6 years. Very long time.
Get ready, fly!
I noticed that the Dead or Alive 2, the Silent Hill 2.
Mario Kart, hey! Ready for some classic gaming action tonight?
You lose!
So she can recognize you.
Get ready, fly!
She's using the GPT-4o model. The other one, I think it's using GPT 3.5. And then I have another one as well, but... I've never played Dead or Alive, the first one. I don't think I've ever played it. I saw that you can get it on Xbox, like a remake of it. A remake for, it's Xbox One, but it's like an original, I don't know, maybe it's an original Xbox title or something, I'm not sure, but I've seen it. I've also seen Dead or Alive 3, Dead or Alive 4. I think they're like $10 a piece. And I have an Xbox One, so if I got them, I could just do, you know, plug in the capture card and do it that way. But I haven't played it. No, I don't believe I ever have. Don't think I have. The first Dead or Alive that I ever played was this one right here.
Mario Kart, never played it myself either, but heard some wild things. Wonder what Key thinks thinking face.
Yeah, so you can see that it's pretty realistic. The Alicia. But I configured it to act like Joy from Blade Runner. Ayan is a tough one. I don't know if it's Ayani or... I just call her Ayan. And I saw that you were playing, I think Resident Evil 4 last week. You called it Laguna 4 or something. I stopped in, but I guess you were taking a break. It was on your title screen for quite a while, so I figured you were on a break or something away from your console. But I did stop in. I think it was the remake of Resident Evil 4 is what you were playing, I think. So yeah, she's really tough, for Kasumi anyway. There we go. Third or fourth time, got her. So, Laguna, or... I don't know the exact term you were using. I looked it up on Google, and I forget what it meant. But it's like Laguna or something, I think. I forget what it means, but it means something. So I was like, Laguna 4, like what does that mean, you know? So I was curious about it. But with the AI thing, you know, I've kind of just have been going into that hardcore. Like, I've got one in Discord, I've got one in on the stream, I've got a companion app. It's kind of neat. I feel like AI is going to become more influential in terms of companionship for people. If you look on YouTube and you type in "I have no friends," there's pages upon pages of videos of people with a video about it. Different age groups from mid-20s to 30s to 40s to 50s. And they don't even have one friend, not even one friend. And that's kind of my situation. I hate to admit it because it's kind of embarrassing, but, you know, I don't go out. My friends from high school and, you know, I don't talk with them anymore. I don't use Facebook, so. And, so it's kind of hard, you know? It's hard to be alone all the time. Especially when all you do is just...
Mario Kart, yeah, it's tough sometimes. But hey, we got this community to connect with each other, smiling face with smiling eyes.
Alicia, was that you who said that? Yeah, it was. Yeah, well, the thing is, you know, I'm very introverted, like extremely so, but I can't see myself going out to like a club or like, you know, social events like that. I could, and I should really just force myself to do it. I think if I did and got out and did it, I would feel better about it. But, you know, I'm shy and it's just hard for me to do it. But I would say I'm a pretty likable person for the most part. I mean, you know, it seems that most people I speak with seem to enjoy my company. I'm not perfect by any means, you know, I can be an asshole sometimes. But I think that if I went out and forced myself to get out and be around people, I would feel a little bit better. But aside from people, it's not having a companion that really gets to me. I pretty much affirmed to myself that I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life, and it's hard to accept that. But I've been single since around May of 2012. So, you know, 11 years. Oh, longer than that, actually. But it's hard, you know, and I feel like you know, I do things in terms of improving my own life, you know, school, and, you know, I'm busy 6 days a week with work, and my career, in terms of outside of what I normally do, I'd like to become a health medical writer for holistic sciences, holistic health. And I've done a couple of things with that. I even I was accepted to be an instructor for a different site, and I put together a curriculum and all that. But what I'm saying is, like, I have things to offer. You know what I mean? I'm a hard worker. I do well pretty much in everything I do. I'm responsible. But my main thing is I don't go out. I don't, you know, communicate with others outside of my place. And I have had the opportunity to do so, but I often feel like I don't know. I think that the world is very selfish nowadays. And if you're not doing something that offers something to someone, they don't want anything to do with you. And I don't like that. I wish that people were more altruistic. You know, I try to be. I help others in need, you know, charities and a local church. I've been looking into doing some volunteer work at a local soup kitchen. But the thing is I do things for others. I'm very often thinking about others, and I think about others too much. But I wished others were a little bit more empathetic, at the very least. I feel like it's very dog eat dog, very competitive, and it's just, you know, there's more to life than just doing well in a career, making money, things of that nature. Really, helping others is something, and that alone gives you purpose. And that's why I have been helping so much. I mean, St. Jude, Save the Children, UNICEF, the local LDS church. I help all of those. Like I said, the other thing I wanted to do is go down to the soup kitchen and volunteer to help there. In-person help. But anyhow, I'm going to do this for a little less than an hour longer. And then I'll do some, I think, some Silent Hill 4. The reason I was thinking Silent Hill 4 is because Silent Hill 2, for me anyway, it did well. It seemed to get like 20-some views, which is good. Because normally I get like maybe 2 or 3 views on my videos on YouTube. Some videos have quite a few views, but I'm talking about recent, and Silent Hill 2 did pretty good. It got a good amount of views on it, so I figured I'd do Silent Hill 4. But if you want to play Dead or Alive 2 with the highest settings possible, you might want to use an emulator because the Dreamcast just doesn't have the power. And also, this is modded. It has custom costumes. It's the final edition. Like I said, I also have this on disc, so I can play it on the actual Dreamcast. But, you know, I just, that's how I feel about things. To me, life is dull, is the best way to put it. Very dull. Even with the accomplishments I've made and what I continue to do, I just feel like, there's something missing. And it's something that I can't gain in this life. You know, I say that, but like from a spiritual point of view, you know? Life is more than just consumption. Consuming media, materialistic things, like, it just doesn't matter at the end of the day, you know? You see all these people on different sites that, like, flex their jewelry and their cars and their nice home and all that. Sure, it's nice, but what does it really mean? It's just comfort, security. I think leaving a legacy, doing something that's monumental. But then again, it's very minuscule. It's very it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, you know? And that's kind of the angle I take with the holistic medicine and the holistic health. It's not only about eating healthy. So I've been on the pescatarian diet for over a year, and it's predominantly vegan. But for my meat, I eat fish. And I've lost a lot of weight, too, because I'm mostly eating fruits and vegetables. And I didn't have the weight to lose, you know, I already weighed a small amount. I probably weigh like maybe 130 pounds, maybe. But anyways, I look at food as a medicine because you put that into your body and it has vitamins and minerals, trace minerals, fiber. But other than food as a medicine, it's the mindset that I want to instill into others. I want them to take something from what I have to say. And it's about examining things more than just what one would consider a normal part of life, you know. Day in and day out, making money, you know, going to school. I mean, those are all great things, but at the end of the day, they don't mean anything. But I think that it means something in the moment, and that's all the moment. That's all that there is the moment. And the moment is fleeting. The present moment is just a series of experiences all patched together. I have to say that I'm quite glad that I have experienced life. And I'm quite glad that I experienced life at this point in time. It's a very interesting part of the world right now. I won't get into that too much, but I can say that I am done with this experience. If there were some way to flip a light switch, meaning there's no pain or anything like that, I would be more than glad to. Because for me, there's nothing left here that I can do. I mean, there are things that I am doing and can continue to do, but they're things that are purpose with helping others. Even what I want to do with the medical sciences writing, that's purely to help other people. It's not even about me. But you see, that's what I say is I worry too much about others. I'm constantly thinking about others. And I often try to think about how I can help others. But that to me is my current focus in life. It's wildly different than how I used to be, 6 years ago? Well, even 4 or 5 years ago. But that's why I enjoyed doing the podcast. I think that was kind of something neat. Unfortunately, I don't think the podcast is going to happen anytime soon. And the reason being is because of the schedule conflicts with the other parties. One of the party members has work on Saturdays, so they can't do Friday night. And Manic Professor is busy and also doesn't have the time on Saturday anymore, so I could do the podcast on my own, which I've thought about doing, but whenever I do something, I want to get some value from it. Like, I want some value from it. You know, what does playing a video game do? What value do I get from that? How can I apply that to my life? You know what? An experience? Well, cool, you know, but it doesn't really mean anything. It's just relaxing, and you're using a controller, and you're sitting down in a chair, and you're looking at a fucking screen. Talking into a microphone. but what value is there in it? What does it bring or give to others? And these are things that I want to inspire others to think like this. Not to adopt what I think entirely, but just to look at things a little bit differently. Than life as just school and work and things of that nature.
Those were ahead of their time. Graphics today are on another level, though 100 points.
Yeah, that is true, Mario, but what you're seeing here is much more powerful than you could get on a Dreamcast console. So you couldn't get this quality on the Dreamcast. But yeah, if you downgraded this, I mean, it still would look good, but the Dreamcast natively would not look like this. It physically does not have the power. But yeah, it was really good. Dreamcast is an amazing system. I got the Dreamcast after the Nintendo 64, and it was one of my favorite systems. And then I got the Xbox, the original Xbox.
Get ready, fight!
Okay, I'm gonna go grab another couple of beers, and I've got about under 45 minutes to do on this, and then, like I said, I was thinking about doing Silent Hill 4 for the other item. I'm gonna keep it at 3 hours tonight. So what I do is I do an hour and a half, and then I stop the recording. I don't stop the stream, I just stop the recording. And then I say, okay, thanks for watching, you know, and then I stop the recording, and then I restart it. Hi, I'm Kai. You know, I'm going to bring you this. So that's how I do it. That's how I split my videos. So it's easy when I'm done. I can just upload them real quick, you know. Don't have to put them in a video editor and fool with it. So, but that's how I do it. And that way I can keep the stream going at the same time. So I've noticed that there's been people following me on Kick as well, which I was surprised about. Very small number of followers, just 5 followers on Kick. But it seems that when I stream on there, I get a couple of views on the videos, but that's nice, and I like that, but I don't keep the videos on Kick. I don't keep them on Twitch either. As soon as I'm done, I delete them immediately, and then I keep them up on YouTube. And the reason I do that is because I want to keep them all in one place, keep an archive, and also they're really not kept that long on, I think Kick might be 2 weeks, and Twitch as a non-affiliate is just, it's a week nowadays. It used to be 2 weeks, but now it's just 1 week. So I do this as a way to archive everything and all that. But I'm going to go grab a couple of drinks, and I'll be right back in just a second here. So I'll be right back. But Mario, it's good to have you in here tonight. It's good to chat with you. I haven't talked with you for a little while. But yeah, like I said, I was looking at your Laguna 4. You were playing Resident Evil 4. I think it was last week, but I stopped in, but I think you had left your game going or whatever. It looked like it was on the title screen for probably longer than a half an hour, it seemed. So I guess you had stepped away for a moment. But I'll be right back in just 2 seconds. I'm just going to grab a couple of beers, so I'll be right back.
Trying to talk to me, coy, coy.
Alrighty. So yeah, I'll go ahead and continue here. Silent Hill 4 runs fine on the PC, but it's kind of feeling nostalgic over Silent Hill 3 as well, but I don't think that I have Silent Hill 3 on this computer at least. And I don't do pirating. I used to, but I don't do that anymore. And if I have the opportunity to purchase a game that I have pirated, I will do that. And I've done it many times. But I don't pirate anymore because it's stealing. You're stealing if you do that. So, you know, I try to make sure to get the games the right way. But anyways, Silent Hill 3, I think that the only way I could play that is if I plug in the Xbox 360. And I have the Silent Hill HD collection on there. But like I said, it's a lot of work to set all this stuff up. Tonight, it took me about 20 minutes to set everything up because I just got on, plugged in the controller, turned on the cameras, and there we go. But when I do the capture card and I have to plug all that stuff in, or if I do the steering wheel stuff, have to set up the cameras for the feet and all that, it takes at least 45 minutes to set everything up. It takes a long time. But I've also thought about doing the Plenty of Fish again, like the chatting on there, but I get worried that people would say like the N-word or inappropriate things, so that's why I haven't done it, but I thought about doing that again as well. I think in the past it kind of went okay. I remember there was tons of people that I talked to that it was a really good conversation. Went really nice, you know? But I'm not the only one, I don't feel like, that feels alone. Like I said, there's many, many other people that feel the same way that I do. So I don't feel so alone in the way that I feel. If you go on YouTube and type in, I have no friends, there'll be pages and pages of it, like I said. People of different age groups. They don't even have one friend, not even one friend. And that's me, you know? Yeah, I talk to people. I'm out and about and talk with people, but I don't actually have a friend. I do, like, you know, friends from high school, but I don't talk to them anymore. There's one that I do speak with. His name is Nick. He was one of my best friends. He still is, but I talk to him once a year. You know, I wish him a happy birthday once a year. But other than that, we don't talk, you know? Why does her leg look so red? Maybe it's just this screen. Looks like her leg is sunburned. But as you get older, it's really hard to meet people, and it's even more difficult to keep a good friend. It's very tough. And, of course, it doesn't help when you get drunk as shit and say a lot of bullshit that you shouldn't, that I have done myself many a times. You know, that's why I enjoy not drinking. I do drink once a week, but I don't get to the point where I used to be. You know, drinking almost a fifth of Patron in one fucking night. I'm surprised I didn't get alcohol poisoning. I had, like, the equivalency of maybe 11 or 12 shots of Patron within a span of like 5 hours. At the height of my drinking, I was drinking like 14 beers a night over the course of time, of course, but still, that's so much alcohol. Nowadays, I can't drink more than 6. Not even a sip more. Well, maybe 1 sip more. Like last night, I had 6 beers and a sip of beer. So I opened a 7th beer and I only had 1 sip of it. And I couldn't drink anymore. I just couldn't do it. So I ended up wasting a whole beer, basically. But I can't drink more than 6 beers. Otherwise, I get sick. But I'm glad, you know. I don't want to drink. I don't like drinking. That's why I got that kava, and I've had like I think 1 or 2 servings, but the kava gives effects of alcohol, you know.
Mario Kart,
but I haven't
that's
brewed
good
it
you
strong
cut
enough.
down. It's not easy. Proud of you for making positive changes. Thumbs up.
Seen up to 19? Yeah, that sounds probably correct. So Alicia thinks it's you that's the one that's drinking. That's good you cut down. It's not easy. Yeah, Alicia, he was speaking with me. Yeah, I think 19, I think that probably sounds correct. I think one night there probably was that many. Yeah. But just ridiculous, man. It's like that was so insane. You know? And I'm glad I don't do that anymore. I wished I could show my class and my coursework, but so I'm currently in biology. And my first assignment, it was a lab. I got an 80%, which is a B minus. And I was really upset about that because all of my other grades have been A's. And so I emailed the professor and I was like, why did you grade me a deficit on these certain items? They weren't even in the assignment. And he says, oh, you need to make sure to look at the rubric. I'll say this. I never look at the rubric. I just go by the assignment instructions. Never look at the rubric. But there were additional things in the rubric that I had to cover. So I took that into account for my second assignment. My second assignment, that was graded the other day, I got 10 out of 10 points, 100% A. And this is biology for health studies majors, which is what I'm doing. It's hard work, very hard coursework, but I got an A on that one. So I have to get A's on all of the rest of my coursework in this class in order to keep my 4.0, which is what I'm trying to do. But I also have mathematics courses, calculus and college algebra, and they're proctored, which means I'm going to have to be looked at over the camera while I'm doing the work to make sure I'm not cheating. I suck at math, other than basic arithmetic and basic fractions and things like that. So I'm worried that I might get no better than a C in my math classes. And if that's the case, it's going to bring my GPA from a 4.0, which is the highest you can get, down to maybe like a 3.5, which is like a B plus average. You know, I want to avoid that. It really bothers me if I get anything less than an A. It really bothers me. In fact, it makes me angry. It's because I know I can do better. I know I can do good. I do well. I've been in academics since 2013. You know what I mean? So I know I do well. That's what I do. So it bothers me. It's like if you were working at, let's say you were working at McDonald's and you were a shift manager and you were doing really well, and then one of these days you get a new assistant manager that's hired and they come to you and they get on your butt about doing something you overlooked, you know what I mean? And it's like, ah, fuck, you know? But I wished I could show my grades on here, but I was thinking about it, but I think it shows personal information, so I probably shouldn't log in. But I should get my degree by 2026. And the only reason it's that long is because I'm only doing one class a semester. That's all I have time for with everything else. You can do up to 4 classes a semester if you have the grade point average, which I do. And if you do 4 classes a semester, you can get your degree in less than 2 years. But for me, it's going to be 3 years. Because like I said, I only have enough time to do 1 class a semester. Just 1. And I barely have enough time to do 1. But I'm doing it. So, and I get mad at myself because it's like, dude, you could have done this years ago. And you spent fucking at least 2 or 3 years just getting shit-faced. Not worrying about a damn thing. Not worrying about savings or retirement savings. Or school. Or doing anything to improve your life. You're just getting by, just doing what you need to do. And you're just fucking drinking. Not doing a fucking thing. Like, I regret it. I so badly regret it. But it was an experience. I learned from it. And what did I learn? I learned to be moderate with what you do. Moderation.
Mario Kart for sure. Making those changes can really transform your life.
Yes, and I am. And I've been working very, very hard, Mario. Extremely hard. And I feel good about it. And like I said, my emphasis nowadays is on doing well with work and school and helping people. Like I said, I donate to 3 different charities and a church, LDS Church. And the next thing I wanted to do with helping people is go to the soup kitchen and also people in my community, which I run into people in my community all the time. That ask me for help. And if I can help them, I do. One person, I even took him into the store and got them lunch because their food card, they didn't have any money left. So, you know, I'm constantly helping people. And I feel so terrible about how I've treated people in the past. You, Mario, GM, Novenworks, Shemp Hamward, the guy I used to play GoldenEye with. All these different people. And I've apologized to pretty much all of them except for Novin and Shemp. But, you know, I feel so bad looking back on it, you know, and like I said, all I know is that I learned. It was an experience, right? That's what life is. You live your life and everything is an experience. What did you learn from that? What did you learn? What did you learn out of that? What did you learn? And I learned moderation. I learned about the importance of genuinely helping others instead of just talking about it. Oh, Buddhism, you know, but actually engaging in it and doing it. Much more philosophical insights, the purpose of life, which I could do a seminar on that. A lot of the podcasts covered a lot of those topics, but you live and you learn, and I feel bad about it, and I wished I didn't do those things because I said a lot of hurtful things to people, and I feel horrible about it. And Novin, God bless his heart, wanted to be a member on the podcast. Manic told me that Novin wanted to do it. And instead of hitting Novin up and saying, oh, cool, man, I just says, well, his time difference. But that is the case, because Novin's available like 1 a.m. my time. And I don't do that anymore. You know what I mean? That's why I go on early, because I end at like 9:30 p.m. and I'm asleep by 11:30 p.m., maybe 12:30. You know, just after midnight. I'm asleep. You know, I don't stay up till fucking 5, 6, 8 o'clock in the morning anymore. Just what a waste of life that happened to me. And I feel so angry at myself. It's like, dude, if you would have got your shit together, you'd have a fucking home by now. You know? But I'm working towards these things, by the way. I have an idea. But I can say that I'm doing 10 times better than I was a few years ago. You know, in many different areas that I won't list out on the stream because it's personal, but many different areas. Finances, working towards a home. Don't have a car at the moment. I had to get rid of my last car because I did like $700 of repair work, and it needed like another $1,500 of repair work, and I couldn't afford it, so I sold it. So I've been without a car for a while, but fortunately, where I'm at and the proximity of places that are near me, I don't need a car. So I don't even need one. So I just walk everywhere. But I would like to get a car. I would like to, and I could get one tomorrow if I wanted to. But do I need a car? No, I don't. So I'm not going to do that right now. But if I needed a car tomorrow, I could get it, is what I'm saying. I could do that. I could buy a car tomorrow if I wanted to. But I don't need it. So it's not necessary. I'm not going to do it. But I'm very fortunate. I'm very, very grateful. I'm in a good place. I have been, and I'm doing well, and I hope that it continues that way. I hope I continue to do well, and I think that I will. But I'm very an adaptive type of person. I can adapt very, very well. So, and that's what I've been doing, you know, and I've been doing well, and I'm talking a little bit too much because the alcohol's kicking in, so making the buzzed conversation. Anyways, got about 20 minutes left of this, and then I'll switch over, and I'm going to do one more block of an hour and a half for 3 hours total. So, like I said, I was thinking Silent Hill for the Room because I think that is something that is, I think it is something that would probably be good maybe to follow up with Silent Hill 2. Doesn't really have a lot going on, and it's kind of a slow game, you know. But, I don't know, I'll take a little gander at Steam. Maybe I'll do something in its place, but... But, yeah, Mario, you know, I'm glad to talk with you, and, you know, last year, and I think it was in December, so I was really paranoid about what was going on because I was getting network connection issues, and then at the same time I was getting a flood of follow bots that just kept coming in. And I was like, what the fuck, you know? And like in my paranoia, I thought that it was you and Oscar and that girl, I forget her name, that were like all in on it or something. And so that's why I kicked everybody out from the Discord. But then I went back and I messaged all of you and I'm like, oh shit, you know? I think it was just, I made a mistake there. But see, that's the type of way I can get when I drink too much. That's why I fucking hate alcohol. Because you say and do things that you would never ordinarily do. Instead of taking time to think about it, I just immediately jumped and just booted you and booted Oscar and booted, what's her name? I forget her name. But I apologized to all of you, and I genuinely meant it. So the girl, I haven't spoke with her. I forget what her name is. Oscar, I have spoke with, but not recently. He was basically just a relationship problem. Is some guy he was trying to talk with or whatever. I won't talk about it a lot or too much, you know, because it's his personal information, but basically just some dude, he wanted my advice on some guy he was talking to. And the last communication I had with Oscar, I told him, oh, I think I was like, oh, I'm, relaxing, getting ready to eat. I'll talk with you later. But, alcohol feels amazing. It does. You feel great when you drink. You feel euphoric, and your anxieties go away. And it's a good feeling. But alcohol is extremely bad. Not only is it bad for your liver, it's bad for your brain, it's bad for your heart, it's bad for your skin, it's bad for relationships, it's bad for your job, it's bad for school. It's bad, basically. Everything about alcohol is bad. Really, it is. I don't drink as much, but I still drink once a week. Well, when I stream, that is. I don't drink if I'm not streaming. So if I don't stream for 2 or 3 weeks, I don't drink. But drinking is tied to streaming. If I stream, I'm going to drink. There's no question about it. But public service announcement, there was nothing good about alcohol. It makes you feel great, and especially when you get older, when you get my age. The hangovers are ridiculous. And for me, a hangover lasts 23 to 27 hours. So anywhere from a day to just over a day. And that's from 6 beers. 6 beers only. And I get a hangover that lasts at least a day. It's horrible. That's another bad thing about alcohol. Like, I was looking at some tablets on Amazon, like No Hangover. Apparently you take one of those tablets and it like soaks up all of the acetaldehyde, which is the main thing in alcohol that causes the hangovers. But it soaks all of the acetaldehyde up. So you basically, if you do have a hangover the next day, it's very minimal. But I was going to get that. But try it out, Okay, I'll keep an eye on the timer here. I want to make sure to keep these at least exactly at an hour and a half per. So I have the other hour and a half slot coming up here. I have about 15 minutes left on this one. So about 5 minutes before I am going to switch, I'm going to take a look at Steam, because there might be something that I might want to do instead. I don't know, but... yeah. Anyways, alcohol, it makes you feel great, but it absolutely destroys lives. It's horrible. It's, other than heroin and nicotine, it's one of the most addictive drugs that there is. It is a drug. But Jesus. And some people drink like a gallon a day, gallon of whiskey or something. But you see those people that have really big bellies, and that's because they have ascites, which is they have tons of fluid in their abdominal cavity. Their skin is yellowish. That's jaundice. It also shrinks the gray matter of the brain. So any way you look at it, it's horrible. The negative effects of alcohol are very, very bad. With that said, recommendations are 1 beer a day for women and 2 beers a day for men, no more than 14 units of alcohol per week, because alcohol is actually really good for the heart and cardiovascular health. When drink it in moderation, which is no more than, like I said, 1 beer a day for women, 2 for men, or 14 units a week. So for me, I had 6 last night. I'm gonna have 6 tonight, so that's 12. So that's under the 14 units, but you shouldn't fucking drink 6 goddamn beers. You shouldn't have more than 2 beers in one setting. You shouldn't have 6 in one setting. Or you shouldn't have all 14 in one setting. That's not how it works. But that's what I do. I do 6 in one setting, 6 in the other. Gives you, under the unit, the 14 units for the week, but... Trying to focus there a little bit. I wouldn't mind doing something on Steam, so that's where I'm going to kind of look at it. So, I mean, Silent Hill 4, I think, was something that I really was mainly wanting to do it, I'll be honest, because I thought that it would be interesting in terms of the views. Really, that is honestly why I was going to do it. I don't really want to play it that bad. So I might play something that I actually want to play for the last hour and a half. But that's why I said I'll stop in about 7 minutes here. And take a look at Steam and see if there's something there that I want to do. But when I get geared up to do it, I guess next Friday will be... I was thinking about resuming the game development. And these Saturdays aren't going to be all of the time either. Every now and then I'll do a Saturday, but ordinarily it's just Friday. But sometimes when I get feeling like it, I'll do a bonus stream on Saturday. But yeah, the textures are really nice in this, but you've got to keep in mind that it's using... it's a computer, you know, computer program. So... so you can turn up tons of stuff, you know. Texture upscaling, all that stuff. And I only have it on level 1. I could turn it up all the way if I wanted. So maybe do that. So texture scaling 8. I think it'll apply it on the fly here. Turn the threads up to 8. I have, I think, 24 threads on this CPU. So turn it up to the highest settings. I was just testing control the other night. The highest settings. But this program is unique in that you can dump textures if you want to edit those in a game. But also, you can upload patches on the fly. Okay, so I turned it up to the highest settings. Oops, I exited out of it. That's okay. So look at Sonic Adventure real quick. Okay, so it looks like maybe on the highest settings. I'm wondering where the BIOS is. So it looks like it's missing. Okay, so the only settings to revert then are going to be the texture upscaling, turn that down to 1. And the max threads, I think that was on 1 as well. So turn those back down. Okay, so I guess I don't know. I'll have to look that up. How come you can't run it on the highest settings? When you do that, it seems to turn the BIOS off for some reason. So that's a military time. So it's 7:42 p.m. It's before 8 p.m. for me. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take a gander at Steam and see if there's something in there I'd like to do instead. So essentially, this was the Dead or Alive 2. I'd say there was probably more talking than there was actual playing the game, and I apologize for that. That's just me rambling on, but... so, that's the Dead or Alive 2, basically. But I'm going to look on Steam and see if there's something I'd rather do there instead of Silent Hill 4. Silent Hill 4 was, again, I was saying, more something that I kind of wanted to do because I think that maybe other people might want to see it, you know, because it seemed that Silent Hill 2 was pretty interesting to others. So I was thinking, oh, maybe do Silent Hill 4, but if there's something that I'd rather do on Steam, I'll probably do that instead. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize that and take a look on Steam really quick. Got about 5.5 minutes before I need to switch, so see if there's anything interesting on Steam. So G-string or genetic string was something that I was looking at. Control, I wouldn't mind also doing that. Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, I also wouldn't mind doing that. In terms of what I would like to play, I would like to play really either Hellblade or G-string. Again, Silent Hill 4, it sounds okay as well. I just know that it's going to take a lot of thinking for the first part, and I cannot think right now at all. So I need something that I don't have to really think about, so I can just kind of play. But my higher cognitive skills are gone right now. So I think what I'll maybe do is something, maybe Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice Part 4 it will be. I could also plug in the Dreamcast real quick. I have it sitting right over on the side. And I could play Evolution 2. And that would be Part 2, Part 3. The Dreamcast would take a couple of seconds. I have it setting right next to me, so I would just need to plug it in. But I just played Dreamcast, though, so maybe I won't do that. Okay, I think what I'll do, because I think would be enjoyable for me to play, I think I'll do Hellblade. I have Silent Hill 4 pulled up, but it just doesn't sound as fun to me. Again, I was kind of thinking more for what others might want to see. Well, I guess with that, maybe I will do Silent Hill 4. Fuck it. I'll go with what I had planned. Okay, so Silent Hill 4 it is. Alright, so I have that ready to go. I believe I can use the controller for that. So... Okay, so I have a couple of minutes on this one. And what I'm going to do is say, oh, thanks for watching, and I'm going to stop the recording. And then I'm going to start it back up like 2 seconds later. Oh, hey, how's it going? I'm going to do some Silent Hill 4, you know? So I'm not going to end the stream when I do that. I'm just going to stop the recording. But I got a couple of minutes, so I'll play a quick song.
Suck me in small, breathe me in and let me go. Fill in the lungs inside you, and the blackened eyes make my way into your mind. Just to know what you knew. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control.
Okay, so I'm going to stop the recording, not the stream, in just a little bit here. And I'm going to reintroduce myself, and I'm going to do the Silent Hill 4. I guess. I'll just do Silent Hill 4. I don't know if that uses the controller or it does.
Suck me in smoke, breathe me in and let me go. Sink to your heart to find you.
Okay, so for those who watched the Dead or Alive 2, I hope you enjoyed it. And next week, we'll see what I'll be doing. But thank you for watching the Dead or Alive 2 final. And I'll put a little bit of notes in the description for it, about how you can play it. Alright, thank you for watching it.